It's your boy What If, and today I'm gonna be doing What If. It's What If Deku was Spawn, and this story is gonna be exactly like the Spawn movie, but this time instead of the person uh playing Spawn, it's gonna be Deku. Because Deku's not gonna be in the same universe as Spawn. No, Deku's gonna get someone to come over there and teach him how to be good, right? And he is gonna be good, but he's gonna kill though, because Spawn does kill, even if he wants to turn good. That's just him. And yeah, Deku's gonna have the same problems as the original Spawn. How he what's the word? How he was, when he goes to bed, he sees dreams. He sees nightmares, I guess. But like I've watched the Spawn and read it, and people that chosen to be Spawn don't have dreams. So Deku's gonna be very powerful, very powerful. In the world of powers, Deku's gonna be probably reign supreme. Because there's no Iron Man, no Captain America, no Fate. There's no Ad Avenger. It's just him. And he's gonna be in the alleyway where his mother lived, right? And let's see where we get up to when they start interacting with each other. So let's start. Just give me a minute and pause this shit again. Yeah, sorry, that was I was just searching up something. I'm back. So yeah, Deku's gonna be Spawn, like I stated, and he's gonna have the same, not very the same, but nearly identical background as Spawn. Deku in this, Deku's not really gonna be married because the only reason Spawn made the deal with Nabozo, can't even say his fucking name, so Nabozo I think it was to see Ronna I think, I can't remember her name, but yeah, to see his wife. Deku's not gonna really make that deal, but not exactly the deal to come back for his loved one. No, he's gonna make the deal to get revenge, right? And yeah, okay, so let's start. We start off as Deku already being like the number one hero, right? Deku has fully inherited All For One and is now the number one hero. Oma has retired peacefully, got a wife, and settled down nicely. Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki they're all friends now. Bakugo is number 2 hero and Todoroki is number 3. I don't really care about which order goes which, but who cares, right? And Deku has now become stronger. He's more he can control All For One for 100%. And Deku is a powerhouse. When he's called to battle, he's a powerhouse. He wipes out any type of villain that needs to be wiped out. All For One has transferred into Todoroki's body. Spoilers if you haven't read that chapter already, but yeah, spoilers. That it really doesn't happen in the manga, but just spoilers just in case you think it does. Right? So Deku is fighting. Deku is called into the Heroes Association office. The Heroes Association office wants to control Deku and then tell him what to do, right? Because they couldn't really do that with All Might, and they lost All Might when he retired, right? Because they've been finding a cure to get All Might back to his prime, right? But All Might doesn't work with them, so yeah. So the Hero Association has a grip on Deku now. The Hero Association tells Deku where to go and where the villains are. Deku has been sent to a jungle in Brazil because because they got a report that there's a new like League of Villains posted out there. So Deku doesn't ask; he just follows orders and he goes out there. He tells Bakugo and Todoroki to go with him, right? Actually, no, scratch that. He's not gonna go back in time. Sorry, scratch that completely. He's not going back in time. Sorry. So, cause I'm thinking this out, right, and I say this is a perfect plot point, and right to the to the thing. So sorry, let's continue. So Deku goes there with Todoroki and Bakugo. The Heroes Association gave Bakugo and Todoroki two different missions. He told them kill Izuku Midoriya, right, and get one of his hairs, because they found out that if even they found out that they can get all for one if they have a little bit of Izuku's DNA, but there's also a downside. Izuku has to be willingly to give it up to the person, just like All Might did, right? Willingly. So Deku, right? Deku, not suspicious of anything, right? Goes there, and the information was correct to a certain extent, right? So he goes there and he breaks into the base, right? And he slaughters everyone. When I mean slaughters, he slaughters everyone. Cause you want me to explain? Sorry, I didn't explain why he slaughtered everyone. Sorry. So before they got to the base, they camped out. Bakugo got this little vial that makes anyone that drinks it go insane. He doesn't know friend from foe, right? He goes insane. So Bakugo more like poisoned Deku's food, right? Deku, like the poison, you can't smell it or taste it, so it's like untraceable poison, right? So they put it in there, and Deku woke up the next day feeling little angry, right? Getting angrier and angrier. Then instead of leading him to the villain base, instead of leading him to the villain base, he leads them to an orphanage, right? So Deku goes in there and starts slaughtering everyone. He doesn't get the attention of the demon yet, because he knows this is not by Izuku's like consciousness, right? He's not controlling himself, or it's not by his own will. So more the demon. I call him Satan for now, because I don't know his name. I can't pronounce it. I don't know. I know it, but I can't pronounce it. Sorry. So yeah. So Deku slaughters everyone in that orphanage. He shuts down. He gets up the next day and he sees what he's done. And he sees what he's done. He drops down to both knees and starts crying. Right? Bakugo and Todoroki they don't cheer him up or something. I don't know what the word is for it. And they call the Hero Association out onto Deku, right? Before Deku knew it, there's helicopters around him. There's people and people strong in hazmat quirks called to Deku's location. Deku turns back and he sees Bakugo and Todoroki turning around, leaving, right? He doesn't think about it. Then a few seconds after that, people come SWAT in the building, right? Then the administrator says, Izuku Midoriya, you have violated the hero code. You are under arrest for slaughtering this childcare, right? Not childcare, sorry. This orphanage, right? Deku's like, but I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. I didn't even want to do this. I couldn't control myself. Right, he's trying to explain, and the director's like, this is enoug." Seize him or arrest him, right? They tried. Deku's fighting back, trying to explain that he didn't want to do this. I didn't know what he didn't know what came over him to do all this, but I swear to God, I didn't want to do this, right? And he's like, yeah, tell Bakugo and Todoroki, right? So after Deku was got detained, right? Then the director asked Bakugo and Todoroki. They both denied, right? They both denied. It's like, we tried to stop him. He's a monster. He slaughtered everyone. We really did try to stop him, right? And Deku looks at this, right? And it's like, what? If they tried to stop me, I would have stopped. Then Deku gets the idea that he was betrayed. He was betrayed by his own two friends, right? He was betrayed by his own two friends. And this is the future. So Deku has a wife. Yeah, Deku has a beautiful wife, right? It's not Araraka, it's not any of that, but he has a beautiful wife with like a time freezing quirk. Oh, sorry, just give me a sec. So yeah, Deku's wife has a time freezing quirk, and Deku's wife is beautiful. I mean, like, stunning. She's more hotter than what's her name? The woman that takes perfumes and make people sleepy at Midnight. So yeah, she's more hotter than Midnight, the giant lady, and yeah, she's just very goddamn gorgeous, right? And Deku realized that he was set up. He was set up by his own friends, right? And Deku just dropped down and shut off. His eyes went blank. There was no life in it. Deku's on autopilot right now. Right, Deku's on autopilot right now. He does not care. He's on autopilot. They take him back, and a few years has passed. Deku's released out of the jail by the commissioner, right? And Deku is, I guess, told to go on another mission with him and a person that the association wants to train, right? The association got a bunch of terrorists hiding in a type of jungle, right? Deku is not really Deku right now, so he wanted to refuse it, but he's on autopilot, so he does whatever someone says, right? So he does, and the guy him and the guy went on a few missions, right? And Deku started slowly but surely started opening up to him, right? And Deku started opening up to the guy, so they know each other in friendly terms, right? So he's not on autopilot for this one. Deku was captured with his friend, right? And the terrorist told Deku, if you don't tell me the coordination that your troops are at right now, I will kill you, right? So his friend's like, don't tell him, Deku, don't tell him, right? Because Deku's Izuku's code name is Deku, so he tells him, don't tell him, right? Don't tell him, Izuku, right? And Izuku can't do anything, right? Then it's like, okay, then let's move to your friend. So he moves to his friend, right? And he tells the person, he tells the person, tell us where your coordination are. The guy doesn't say anything, so the guy gets a machete and chops off his ear. the guy's screaming in pain. It's like, leave him alone. Deku's like screaming, leave him alone. Right? And then he's like, tell us the location, right? Tell us the location. Deku's not, he's telling him, don't tell him. Right? And then he chops off his arm. Deku's seeing this, he can't do anything. He chopped up his other arm. He's excruciating pain. The guy is screaming, blood-curdlingly loud. Anyone could hear that. There's people around, right? The people around, not screaming as well, right? He chopped up 4 of his limbs, and the guy slowly but surely started dying. Deku hears whimpers, and a little bit screams, but mostly whimpers. Then the guy died. Right. Then he sees up above him the patrol. Oh no, patrol. His regiment coming to save him. Right. In planes. Deku does not trust any of those people, and then the guy that Deku just trust from the army, because Deku got transferred into army. He's not a hero anymore. The guy that was entrusted of like the squad captain, or the squad elder captain, I guess, came down to Deku, and they arrested, and they rounded up all the guys, right? Then the guy's like, Jesus, those were incorrect coordinates. Just in case you got captured, why didn't you tell them? Deku's like, I couldn't fail the mission, right? And Deku realized that he let his friend die for no reason. Deku is getting angry. The guy helps him up and is like, don't act on your demons. Don't act on your demons. Keep a clear head, Deku. Don't. Deku doesn't listen. He goes up to the guy with his strength in it. Well, they did take, they're training someone else to hold one all for one, if you're asking. Deku still has it, but just not as powerful as he was if he had all of it, right? And if you're asking for the all for one successor, that took him like at least 3 years to get around 15% of all for one. 3 years, because all the all for one users don't like the kid, you know. But we will discuss that at another time. So yeah, so all for one, sorry. So Deku goes up to the guy, right, and points a gun at him. Right. The guy, everyone's screaming, and the guy is like, please, I'm sorry, please. Right? He shoots his friend. And that got the attention of Satan. Right? Because he's been looking at this kid for nearly ages. He smelt nice, dear saturation impurities in him, right? And then when he killed him, he gave, Satan paid attention to him, right? Satan paid attention to Deku. Deku then lets the guy go. The guy starts running, then he shoots. He shoots him right in the head, right? It's like, man, you didn't have to do that, bro. You didn't have to do that. Commander said you didn't have to do that, right? But Deku didn't care. Deku continues to slaughter everyone at the camp. He does not care what happens to him. He saw a friend that he opened up to, a friend that he connected to, a friend that he could trust again, die in front of him. After that slaughter, Deku gets back on the plane, right? And he goes back to the army headquarters, right? Deku is a general. Like, he's very high ranked. But, you know, he still has to listen to someone. So, yeah. So, the hero department, right, is the person Deku listens to, right? The hero department says, well, that's under the rug now, right? A couple of years passed, 3 years to be exact, and Deku has, Deku is still cold to everyone. Still cold. He's not opening up to anyone anymore, right? He does talk like he's friendly civilian type self, right? And all that. Then Deku is going to be set up to die this time, right? Definitely die this time. So, Deku gets called into the Hero Association. He gets called in and he sees his two friends that betrayed him, right? He hates those two. He hates them with all his being, right? And the Hero Association administrator says to Deku, well, how do I say this? You gotta work with these two to take out a very big gang organization that's posted up in Brazil. The same place he got betrayed. What was it, Brazil? No, the Amazon. Sorry, the Amazon rainforest. I guess. Right? Deku doesn't say anything. He just goes with it, right? And Deku is on guard, right? But on guard, so he's suspicious of both of them. But he still listens because, he's on autopilot right now. So he's just listening to anything, right? He's still on guard a little bit. So when they get there, Deku decides not to sleep because he doesn't want the same thing happening. Again, they lead him to the correct base this time, right? And Deku starts wiping out everyone in there, right? Then Todoroki and Bakugo look at each other and without alerting Deku, they slip out, right? They put gasoline all over the place and then Todoroki burns it down. It's burning and Deku senses it and trying to leave, but the door's shut. Right? Deku starts getting burnt alive. Right? Todoroki comes in with his hand looking like an air fryer, right? Not an air fryer. His hand's looking like a flamethrower and points it at Deku. Hey, scream louder or no one's gonna help you, right? And Bakugo's like, this nerd really thought he could be a hero. This nerd actually thought the world worked like that. Everyone just being nice to each other. With Deku, it doesn't. I'm getting paid good money for this. So if you don't hurry and die so I can get my paycheck and take your wife out. Wait, no. Scratch what I just said. Scratch it completely out of your head, sorry. He does not say that. He's just like, just die quickly so I can get my paycheck, right? And Deku's thinking about his wife because his wife has been visiting him. His wife has been visiting him in his army calls, right? And his wife has been still friends with Todoroki and Bakugo, and Bakugo liked Deku's wife, right? He's like, oh, how did this nerd score such a hottie, right? So he's gonna do a dick move. So Deku gets burnt alive and in his mind it's all pitch black. He can't see or sense anyone. Then a red light appears and it's Maljobo, I think. Or Satan, right? Satan offers Deku a deal. For your soul, child, eternal power.
I will make you a deal.
All the power you want.
You give me your soul.
All the power you
I'll
need
give you vengeance.
to get your revenge.
You give me your soul. I give you vengeance.
I had enough of this world. Nothing goes my way. Nothing. The world just tries to break me down. It really does, with all its might. I trust people, they betray me. I trust people, they die. I don't care who you are.
Child, you won't regret this deal.
I'm in.
You won't regret this deal.
Old Satan shakes Deku's hand and he feels his soul leaving his body. No, he's just a husk. So outside, right, Deku has died. They Bakugo and Todoroki called in backup, and What happened, soldier? What happened? Slow it down. Explain it to me. What happened, soldier?
So they got Izuku.
Izuku's done. Izuku's dead. Right? So they come take Izuku's body and put it in the casket. His wife comes to the funeral with everyone else that knew him. Right? And they buried him. And Deku starts waking up now. 5 years later. Right? Starts waking up. When he wakes up, right? He was surprised. I'm joking. I'm joking. This is where I'm gonna probably end it because 25 minutes is pretty good. If you guys like the what if, please like and subscribe and comment down for any improvements I can make from this video and something that's actually Spawn related. I don't want to see any type of bullshit power that Spawn doesn't actually have. I've watched the movies, I've watched the cartoons, I've read the comics, and if you guys note down any retarded shit, I swear to God, you know, I'm not gonna look at your comment ever again. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is What If Deku Was Spawn, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was good for your ears.